Hey, there we are.
It's Monday.
Look, Chris is back.
I don't even know if we have a banner for you anymore. I have no idea what you're.
Let me look.
Do we have?
No, we don't have a banner anymore. Oh, there we are. We've got a banner. Holy smoke!
Do you know how many people have been Chris Horn over the last month?
Yeah, because I've been somewhere else putting my name up there anyways.
That's fair.
Self promotion, man. You got to do all that.
I see how it is.
Otherwise, you just like people forget about you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us, man. It is Monday night. It's live in the studios. We're sitting in here drinking as normal after we've shot. How many episodes have we shot tonight?
Not a ton, but we had.
Yeah, we've been out of practice, so
we have had a really couple of good episodes.
I mean, we've not actually shot an episode for.
It's been about a month.
I was going to say at least a month.
Yeah,
at least a month.
I think we did maybe what we do 3, 4, 5 today. Three or four. I think
4. I think.
Yeah,
is
4
what,
sounds good.
That's what Rick's throwing up. He said 4.
It says 4.
Like this. So
Rick says 4.
I ain't wearing my glasses, so he might have shoot up 8. I don't even know.
Maybe, yeah. Well, if he shot up, if I see 4 and you saw 8, then we've had too many episodes.
That's fair.
So
it's good to be back, though. I'm happy to be sitting here and not in some. I mean, I love going to distilleries and breweries and stuff, anyways. But doing these episodes a lot more comfortable in here. Feels better.
No, yeah. Well, it's
less stressful.
Well, yeah. Well, obviously, because there's nothing to do in here. We're locked in a tiny, tiny room, and we're just drinking good booze.
Yeah. I mean, we have some great booze sitting down here tonight.
Some really good booze.
Really good stuff. That kind of is overlapped by the Lyle Strickland logo there, but I'll pull it down. So
where do you even want to start tonight? I guess we should start with like whatever you're drinking tonight. You should let us know.
Yeah. So as always, whatever you guys have got in your hand, please let us know as well. Show us what you're spilling all over the table, even
if that's apple juice, right? Whatever you're into right now.
It don't have to be whiskey.
Like some people got to work tomorrow.
It's nice if it is, but we get it. It's Monday night. Maybe not everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
I am going to crack me another one as well because mine's out and I had poor timing on
What are you cracking there?
Well, okay, we did all right.
That's a hefty head.
To be honest, I don't know.
Wait. I only just see from the can. Just the color. I think that's a hop peak or something from, what is it, like New Belgium? Not New Belgium. Breckenridge. It's a Breckenridge IPA. Is it? Hopness. No. Yeah. I don't think so. Who is it by? I've never even heard of that. Where's that? Is that one you brought back from North Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to get that one.
Anyhow, this is from Catawba Brewing. I'll just tell this story real quick just because. So I happened to be working over in South Carolina for the last, several weeks. And that's where I was at from the last live stream. And I wish I wore my glasses. I have. Oh, I have access to comments. I should just.
I also I developed a really cool thing here for us.
Oh, what's
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm ready. What do you got? This is going to be entertaining as hell. Oh, the screen just crashed.
The screen went black. There it is. Extra big.
Extra big.
No.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jared says water right now, but I'm not sure what that means. Oh, that's what he's drinking.
He's drinking water.
I thought he's demanding we drink water now. And I'm like, I'm not pretty ready for water, bud.
That's
but okay.
I feel like I don't know if Jared needs like a badge for that or some sort of like coin.
I don't know. I will tell you this though. I stopped by his house last night.
Yeah.
Because he Snapchatted me a whiskey. And he's like, look at this whiskey I've got. It's awesome. It's amazing. And I'm like, hey, man, that looks pretty good. You got another glass? I'm just a few streets over right now. I could swing by. He didn't answer me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I get over there.
Anyway.
I pull. Yeah, I'm like, I know, Jared. I'm going to pull up. He don't want me to. You should move further out of town if you don't want me to show up. That's all I always say. Don't move in my direction.
Don't tell me where
Don't tell me where you live.
Yeah.
So anyways, so he pops his cork, and I'm like, all right, I'm heading over there. So I get over there, and there's another car in the driveway. I'm like, I don't recognize that car. Maybe they're having company. Maybe I shouldn't have stopped. I'm like, they're parked behind his wife. Probably her company. I'll go visit Jared. He's probably on the back porch. So I tap on the front door. Dog take it off. He doesn't have a Chihuahua. He has a big pit bull. So don't let my impression of his dog fool you.
That was a horrible pit bull.
That was not a good Sam impression. Sam was like, burr, 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 burr. Anyways, so apparently, whenever I knocked on the door, somebody else had got there right before me that Jared had also Snapchatted about some scallops he was pulling off the grill and his whiskey, and they showed up unannounced because he Snapchatted them. And the first thing his wife asked him is, who the fuck else did you Snapchat, Jared? And I was like, I heard a cork pop. I'll be right there.
I have been to Jared's a few times, and I feel bad about it because he's a really good cook.
And he's a good host, too.
Yeah, and
if it's in his house, he's going to offer it to you.
I've been over there several times. I've been like, I'm just swinging over for a drink.
Yeah, and then
by the way,
then you've had like hundreds of dollars worth of whiskey.
And like beautiful meals of like,
yeah.
Look at this tri-tip with chimichurri and all this stuff.
I was just getting ready to throw this fancy ass stuff on my what is that grill he has? I never can remember. Oh, a Traeger.
Oh, that's right.
Because
of course it is.
Apparently, if you own a Traeger, everyone needs to know about it, right, Jared? Is that how that works? All right. Anyhow, so I've been working in South Carolina for the last few weeks, and I happen to be in a Walmart neighborhood market working on some machines, and I look over there, and they've got this clearance aisle, and as I'm seeing it, or a clearance rack, I should say, a little blue roll-around rack, and I've usually had pretty good luck on those things, so I'm like, hey, man, I think I see a 6-pack of beer on that. I'm going to go check that out when I'm off work. So I tell the guy I'm working with, I got to run over here real quick and look at some beer. He's like, okay, whatever, dude. So I get over there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, hey, man, they got a 6-pack of some random beer. I don't know what the hell it was at the time. It was like, it's like $4. And I'm like, man, that's like a 6.5% beer. I should try that. And I look down, and there's a 12-pack of Tecate down there for $4. I'm like, oh, I better grab that. Then I look up, and there's another bottle of something on there, and hang on a second. Let me fix that for you.
Oh, there we go. That's better. That's more appropriate.
So, anyhow, then I'm looking at that. Don't bump the table law. I'm looking around, and I realize there's several 6-pack, and I thought, well, I'll grab one of each, and they're all about $4 a 6-pack. Just cheap as heck. Yeah. And it's all because it's going to go out of date in 3 or 4 months, or they've been in the sun and the package is faded, or whatever the case is. There's a dent in a can, or a bottle missing, or out of a 6-pack, whatever the case is. Yeah. So I start picking up a few of them, and I realize I can't hold them all. So I go get a cart. I bring it over here. I start putting them things in there. And as I start looking, I start seeing more and more beer mixed in with all this stuff. Before long, I realize, I got to get at least one of everything. And after I get one of everything, I realize it makes no sense to leave that lonely 6-pack sitting there for $4 when we're going to drink it.
It's like taking in orphans. If they're siblings, you got to take them both. So
$126 later, I finally walk out of this store with a shopping cart completely loaded over. Now, to do the math, the $126 divided by 4 is a lot of 12 and 6-packs. Anyways, most of this is North Carolina beer. Some of it's, like I said, Tecate or something like that. But anyways, that's where this come from, and that's why I didn't recognize it.
Can I have a sip of that one? Because I had that Jade IPA from some brewery that
was also from North Carolina. Oh, I'm going to love this one. You're going to think it's okay.
Okay. All right. I see how it is.
That is a hell of a hazy beer. Juicy, hazy, tasty. Juicy, hazy, taste over and over.
All right, it's fine.
Yep. So it's a little warm. I'll admit this one should have went to the refrigerator first, 100%, but it's pretty good.
It is nice and hazy, I will say.
We'll review them. Yep. But right now we've got them. You got your koozie?
I do.
You got your koozie? Okay.
I do.
Then
who's going first on the koozie camp? Are you going?
I'll click it and you do them.
All right.
So I'm going to show you what my juicy, hazy, tasty beer was in, which was in this great Jennings meat koozie cam. Which Jennings meat, we love these guys. I found more of their stuff when I was over in Sykeston area going through to Tennessee, and I finally found their habanero meat stick, and man, was it freaking delicious. It might be my new favorite. I absolutely love it. Lyle, however, is staying local, and he's with the White River Brewing Company right out here, Springfield, Missouri. I'm sure we got that koozie probably from one of their local events, I would say.
I think you probably got this at White River, if I'm guessing.
I got a bunch of them when they was down on C Street doing their big event down there. So
we have a review of a White River beer coming up. And they've gone through some changes with new owners and new stuff. Before we get too deep into this episode, I got a couple. There's two very important things. Well, there's multiple important things about tonight, but we have a couple of really, really good bottles. I feel like we should address the bottle kill first, and then maybe talk about our new Underdog tequila.
Okay, so let's go. Yes, everyone is saying hi to me. I am back for tonight. I'll be gone again next week, but we'll address that here in a little bit.
I'm the one that's a hologram tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not even here.
Yeah, he's not here.
Streaming in.
Lyle's actually out having a baby right now.
Yeah, I am. Well, actually, I hope not.
See, everything he's saying is pre-recorded, and I have to time my responses exactly. The whole show's off.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
The bottle kill.
The bottle kill.
And I'm saying this because I want to treasure this in my glass.
That's the gut.
But
meaning Patrick Kimmel says, "Is that Remus?" He recognizes this bottle. He recognizes this bottle because he sent this home with me the last time I was in Kansas City, and he says, "You guys got to review this," and he gave us about that much in the bottom of that.
That was
bottle.
a really bad. Like if Patrick hadn't given us other stuff before or been such a good dude, we'd
have shit on him a lot more than we actually just did in the
shitty
donor. I mean, we
bottle.
did. We really crapped on him in the interview. I mean, we run him through the mill for sure.
Well, you don't get. We've had one other donor bottle that came in with like
I still ain't forgive them.
4 ounces of
still
liquor.
Not forgive them. That's just crazy. Send us a drinking show and send us
4 ounces.
4 ounces of whiskey.
Ridiculous.
What the heck, man? All right. Yes, Patrick. We finally reviewed it. I finally got it over to Lyle a while ago. I said, hey, we got to knock this out. I was actually really scared because, no kidding, because it had such a little amount in it, I didn't want it to get too aerated, and we've already had it sit on it for like a month. So last time I was at Patrick's, this bottle was, I'd say about a third full, and we put a smashing dent in it, enough to where there was basically a hair over 2 okay poured glasses left in it. And we tried to save a little bit for Jared. Jared, I'm sorry. It didn't work out for you this time, bud.
There wasn't 2 Jared pours in that bottle.
No, there was not 2 Jared pours left. There was 2 regular kind of halfway, not even quite up the bubble pours. And we was hoping to save a little for Jared, but it just didn't work out.
You know what's sad for me is that I saw that bottle, and I've watched that bottle. I've looked at it for a month, and I didn't know what was in it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was this good. This is fantastic.
It is actually really
whiskey.
good. So that episode will come up here in probably the next 30 days, and you guys watch for it. Look for George Remus Repeal Reserve.
Yeah.
It's 100 proof whiskey, and man,
it's quite
I can
tasty.
say it wasn't my first time tasting it. I had it when I was at Patrick's, but I was excited to let Lyle try it because as much as I know we differ on a lot of flavors, I'm also reasonably sure when we have something that he will like, and that always excites me to turn somebody onto something that they haven't had that they're going to like.
I'm trying to savor every last sip of it.
Anyhow, all that to say, good job, Patrick. You nailed that one.
Yeah,
it's
you did.
Awesome.
Yeah, you did, bud. Okay, you want to do what do you want to do next? We have some articles to get to. We have a top 10 tequila, a new top 10 tequila.
Let's do some articles, and then we're going to go into the more because I want to finish this, and I don't want to chug it.
I know that's kind of where I'm at.
And when we start talking about it, I want to get into tequila.
Well, let's talk about whiskey real quick. I'm not gonna go into this whole article. Mostly, I want everyone to read the headline. Right.
Read the headline.
Right there.
Does small batch whiskey actually mean anything? I don't know if that was very good.
No, that was that was
a good read.
Yeah.
Okay,
you got a voiceover feature. This is the thing that says it all. Right,
100%. No, I agree with that. All the pieces.
So I'm gonna click off this article right now because what I really wanted to get was like, hey, it's a phrase, right? Now, the article goes on to say that small batch can mean anything from 10 to 50 barrels that are mixed together for a small batch.
So there is a cap on it.
Well, so not necessarily. It's not a legal cap. There's no like
right. So like a company like Suntory, polls up there, and what they call a small batch when they're putting out 1 million barrels a year.
Oh, someone could come in and be a complete douchebag and be like, "It's small batch for us. It's 100,000 barrels."
Right. Yeah. And then somebody that's like, let's say, just out of my head. Okay, Sam Burton. Now, Sam Burton does one, and they only make, I don't know how much Sam Burton produces, so I'm just pulling this number out of my ass. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. 50 barrels a year.
And their small batches.
And their small batch is like 3.
Yeah. So
that's a big number, big difference.
It's huge difference. I will say that, for a long time, this has bothered me with whiskey, where they say, I'll see a bottle and it'll say, very small batch, extremely small batch, ridiculously small batch. And it's like, come on, guys, are we really doing this? Like, is it like, oh, we got a fancy small batch? Like, it's just adjectives, right?
Yeah, well, there's only so much they can get away with on the labeling that they can legally say, and like you said, small batch is an illegal definition, so they get to fool with that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Does it matter?
I clicked on the wrong thing.
Do you think
Whiskey
it matters?
Sour? There you go. That's what I was trying to click on, and I missed. So,
do you think small batch matters?
Yeah, I do. At the end of the day, okay, let me rephrase that. Yes, it does. However, I'll tell you what I like better tends to be barrel select.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, small batch I like because it is usually limited run. So it's usually something done a little different. And I tend to like small batch whiskeys. So there's got to be something to it. Because at the end of the day, I do generally like them. That being said, what I really enjoy is barrel select. Now, barrel select is something I would have got to drink anyways, but it probably would have been a mix between 100,000 barrels mixed all into one big thing.
When you say barrel select, you're talking about like a single barrel.
I'm talking about our local liquor store goes there and samples out 10, 20, 30 barrels and go, I want that one, put my name on it. And then we get how we get with the Lucas liquor store
barrel
select like we've had on here a few times.
Something I've noticed is
an episode we're getting ready to come up with because Lyle just found it again.
Jefferson's Reserve, yeah, I'm getting it. One of the things that I've just recognized is some restaurants doing barrel selects. Farmer's Gastropub has a barrel select Buffalo Trace up in Springfield, Missouri.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Whiskey Tango's in Springfield, Missouri has a barrel select. Knob Creek, some other stuff. Here's my thing. I'm actually kind of all in on the barrel selects, or not barrel select, on the small batch thing.
Right.
And here's why. I love single barrels, and we're going to have a single barrel here shortly that we love. We haven't been able to find. We just found some. But the thing about barrel selects is it moves it more into like a wine category for me, where you're not getting the same overall flavor profile.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
And so it's like they're beautiful, but like you have one barrel select and then you have another barrel select of the same whiskey. It's the same whiskey, and it can taste completely, totally different. Where a small batch, you can be fairly certain that if you're getting a small batch whiskey, if you're buying it within, let's say, a year to 2 years time span, it's going to taste the same for every time you buy it. Mm-hmm. So generally, I will say for like whiskeys that I'm going to be like daily drinkers, I'm going to go small batch. If I want something special that's not necessarily stupid expensive, I'll do a barrel select. And then everything else is just, I don't know, fucking Budweiser.
Okay, but all that said and done, I'm going to make you eat those words and ask you about this whiskey we're getting ready to do. Because you just told me from year to year they're vastly different.
They are vastly different.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
but I don't think I'll try this
at home.
I'll try this in a second.
Hey Chad,
how's it going, man? I'll try this barrel select in a second, but I don't think that this is drastically different barrel select from the other one that I have at home, which is also a barrel select. So this one might be a little more, even keeled, but there's a reason for that, and it's because they're huge.
So what if I told you he was going to get access to a barrel select Desert Door Sotol?
I mean, here's the thing. I love barrel select. I'm not saying it's.
I thought you just said you didn't.
No. I'm saying small batch is my go-to in terms of like it's more even keeled. If I go to a bar and I get a small batch of X.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll give you a small batch should have a more genuine flavor, but I mean, you get some really unique notes off that barrel select. And so far, some of my absolute favorite has been barrel select.
I'm totally with you. They're at the top of my list, but they're not.
Sound like you're arguing with me.
They're not. You can't reproduce those. You're not going to get that same flavor on the next barrel. It may be a deliciously different flavor.
That's how Pappy does it. Not being able to reproduce that shit. That's why they're so damn. But then I think that's the closest thing we're going to get to being like Pappy is have these ones that you can't reproduce. It's like you want to get this barrel because you're never getting anything like it again.
That throws it back into that wine category, which is totally fine. But then I go like, well, should I save this bottle? This one
now that I struggle with.
This one was really good. Should I save the 2011 or should I go like or just drink it and know that I'm going to get a 2012, 2013?
You don't get a choice. We got the friends we've got. We're going to drink it.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair.
All right. I finished my whiskey glass, so now we can talk about your next article while we pour something else. Or we can talk about something else we're going to pour while we do it.
Well, let's talk about. There is an article that's.
Here, actually, while we're doing that, let's go with this. So, since as a segue.
Oh yeah,
because we get those now. Segue, since we was talking about the Remus that Patrick gave us. In the same note, we also have from Up the Gut the Duke bourbon, which you've seen on here a few times before. We thought we'd splash that because the boys opened this one while I wasn't here.
Give me just a nip of that.
Yeah, I know we're getting ready to move on to another one, so
that's good. Just a little bit.
They got to open this one up and sample the hell out of it while I wasn't here, so I really wanted to get it back out.
Well, here's the thing. The Duke is a good
watch
whiskey.
Up the Gut.
It's not my all-time favorite whiskey.
But it's solid.
But it's super solid. And it was sitting there, and I was like, why are we waiting on this one? This one's sponsored by Up the Gut.
Right. So here's the other reason I wanted it in here, because the next whiskey we got that's right over here is one of our favorite daily drinkers. And I kind of wanted to hit them back to back and just see. This is probably not a comparison we're ever going to do on the recorded show.
Yeah, no.
So I kind of wanted to do it here.
Okay, so you want to compare these two?
Yeah, because I want to finish on the tequila. I don't want to jump back and forth between bourbon and tequila.
That's fair.
It's not going to be.
That's fair. And we do have a top 10 tequila coming up, right? Top 10.
I think so. I think I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an underdog. A top 10 tequila at $35 a bottle. So
if you can get it,
a shelf killer. I do like the nose.
That Duke, actually, I kind of like the way that tastes after that one.
I like the nose on the Duke.
Yeah. I like it. I think I may like it a little better than you do, but I like it in general. So
it's pretty good.
I don't know. And I didn't look. Patrick, smooth. Can you get the Duke anywhere, or do you know, is it just basically in certain areas, or I didn't even look. I should have, but
I assume it's in California because that's John Wayne's territory, right?
Oh, I know. I thought Texas was his territory.
No.
He made the Alamo show.
He was an actor.
I know.
He's a Hollywood guy.
Alamo, that's where he recorded this thing.
Did he? That wasn't on a set?
No. They definitely let him on there.
Is that's
where all the bullet holes come from.
Sure.
Somebody just got mad at me. All right. Anyways, yeah.
No, this is super. Okay, while we drink the Duke, do you want to go through this?
He was born in Winterset, Iowa, actually.
Okay.
I bet he didn't like Nog.
Do you want to go through this top 10 list of bottles that every connoisseur needs? While we drink our Duke?
Yes, because let me throw these two up real quick. He does say Duke is found across the country.
Okay, good to know.
Patrick does pretty extensive traveling. So when he says all across the country, he might literally mean coast to coast, or he could just be Midwest right now. I don't know when he started drinking it, so there you go. But more importantly, Up the Gut, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m., interviewing Reed Ferguson, long snapper of the Buffalo Bills.
Oh.
But not Andy Reid.
I might have to.
That's fine.
I might have to catch that one. I've catch quite a few of them, but like,
I normally do. I have admittedly had to miss the last couple because I've been on the road so much, and we're working until like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I am not able to do it. But
what's a long snapper? Is that like someone?
No, it's one of them. Okay, you've seen it on the river. They have them big turtles that come out there.
No, that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, there's big long snappers.
Yeah, I thought it was one of those with a
exactly
big
what it is.
DH painted on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the most famous one, I think, is Derrick Henry, but
that is the most famous snapper.
That's the most famous long snapper I've ever heard of.
Yeah. I mean, for me, yeah.
they do in fact have. Oh, go ahead. They do in fact have that, Albie.
Albie, you just got called out on a Patreon bottle cap, by the way.
Yeah, you need to go watch all our stuff because we totally threw you under the bus, bud.
It's it won't be out for at least a week or two, but yeah, it's coming.
All right, let's get to this episode, or get to an episode. Get to this show. Think whatever you're doing. I don't know. You're in control of that half of it. Do your thing.
All right, these are the 10 best whiskey brands. Whiskey without.
Did I mention we was drinking before we started recording?
We did some episodes tonight.
Before that, though.
Well, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we was drinking before that.
That's fair.
It's been a minute. We ain't been in the same room in like, I don't know, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
It has been a while. All right, 10 best whiskey brands from across the world that every whiskey connoisseur needs to bag.
Bag.
Good
bag, baby.
All right. All right. Let's see where we're at here.
Lark Classic Cask. Tasmania. I want it. I don't know what it is, but I want it. Oh, I like the looks.
I love that bottle, though.
I do, too. Either that or I really like the photograph, one or the other. I like that.
Does this say... No, 43, surely. Okay, 43.
She said 113.
I thought it was 13. I was like, what?
Okay, single malt whiskey. We're not talking about a Scotch, though. We are talking about a Scotch.
I mean, I would assume because it's... Yeah, that has to be Scotch.
Yeah, they're talking about peat.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd be very interested in that.
In whiskey without an E.
True.
So...
I think we're the only ones that do that anyways, so...
Gulliver's 47 English single malt bourbon cask. Wow. Okay, that's a mouthful.
I think someone's really reaching here to find these are fairly unique whiskeys, I believe.
Well, at least for the States, I haven't seen these.
I've never seen this, no.
But I do love I love the bottles. Like,
I do as well.
Single malt Norfolk, matured in bourbon cask. So again, this is going to be like a Scotch, right?
Let's assume.
All right.
Star Wars Nova. Okay.
Australia.
Star Wars Nova.
Wow.
Australian.
I mean, these are killer bottles. I would love to have any of these. I know that's
okay. I'm not as big a fan of this one.
You don't like that?
No, I don't. I don't.
Oh, well.
I don't care.
Well.
I like where it says Nova down at the bottom. Looks really cool. The rest of it looks kind of cheeky. So
you'll see it on my shelf. I see how it is.
Oh, I'm not saying it's
I want to see.
Whiskey.
I've never had an Australian
anything.
Liquor. Well, no, I've had some Australian wine. I've had Foster's and I've had some Australian wine.
I don't think I've had an Australian.
Is it Malbec? Malbecs are Australian, I think. Surely you've had a Malbec.
I have, but I didn't realize it was Australian.
I'm
going to look it up. You go ahead and go. I'm going to tell you here in a second if you're right or wrong.
Prove me wrong. Kavalan. We've had some Kavalan.
That we've had.
This is Taiwan. I thought it was India, but Taiwan, yeah. This stuff is fantastic. I don't know that I've had this particular bottle, but Jared brought a bottle of Kavalan. 2 bottles, right? 2 bottles of Kavalan? Just one?
I thought just one.
I don't know. It was tasty.
No, France, Argentina. It's a French wine, mostly grown in Argentina.
What's the Australian wine that I'm thinking of?
I'll look.
And also, how do you pronounce this?
Umiki.
Umiki? Okay. Ooh, that's a fun bottle.
We're going to jump back to this topic here right after this, too, so...
Now, I love these bottles. I don't know what these taste like at all, but like, this is the first bourbon we've had. This is a Czech bourbon. That's a cool looking bottle. aged in a sherry cask, maybe? Is that what that?
Czech Republic. I like it, the fact they're from all over the world, though.
Yeah, I mean, I just want these on my shelf just for like giggles, right? Wales, I think that's where my family's from at some point. See, I need that while I watch Game of Thrones.
I liked the first couple bottles I seen that they had the big Game of Thrones logo on them, but now I'm out on it because everybody done it.
No dragons for you. This is Welsh. I like
though. Dragons. But
this is a Welsh thing, I think. I think this would be like them putting like the stars and bars. No, not stars and bars. That's a different flag. The American flag.
Okay.
That was the un-American flag. Paul John. Okay.
So the Shiraz, Shiraz, Shiraz is the most common and most important Australian grape, but they've got like 30 of them. So, which I actually like those. So I guess I have had an Australian one.
2 Cavallons are on this list.
Oh. Well, Jared, why do we not have those?
And here's the 10th, another Australian, white rye.
I've only had one other white rye. Can't say that I was a fan of it.
Not a fan?
I don't know. I don't know about that one or not. Just the one that I've had, I wasn't a big fan of.
I swear there was a... All right, you do a little talking. I'm gonna go on a wine search here. Figure out what the hell I was talking about.
I don't know. Just look up Australian grape, and it'll give you a big old list of them. Wine grape, and you get a big list of them, and then you can go down on your big look. But anyhow,
yeah.
So, I did try when Jared was with me the other night. We tried a Japanese whiskey again, Japanese Scotch.
Shiraz, that's what it was.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I didn't listen to you.
God dang it! I might as well still be in South Carolina. About as important. Anyways. That's the American pronunciation, by the way.
It's what, Shiraz?
Yeah, apparently it's SHRYAH, Shiraz, but we call it Shiraz or whatever. Anyways,
yeah, don't put a Z on it if you don't want me to see the Z.
No, well, I'm gonna say we spell it different too, so we had to eat a whiskey. Anyway, so we tried one that was I've had a couple Japanese whiskeys at the behest of other people that kept saying they was amazing, and I just haven't found anything that I thought was good. We got some from Nika the other night that was absolutely amazing. Blew my mind. I love it. I am so into them again right now. It's one of my favorite ones. We're going to have it on the show pretty quick, and I've seen at least 2 others from same distillery but different locations, physical distilleries. Different.
You've been like writing love letters about this Scotch.
It's so good. It's so good. And as quick as we have a moment to where we can do it, we're going to.
Yeah.
So
I'm about to finish my glass of Duke.
Mm-hmm.
And here's
we
have another one here.
All right, and that's the one I want to try.
All right, so this bottle of Evan Williams Single Barrel Vintage.
We've been talking about this for a while.
We did. This was like we had 1 or 2. I think we had 2 bottles, right? 2 bottles of it.
Rick, can you find our episode of that and link it in the what do we call it? Comments? Yeah. I keep wanting to say show notes, but there ain't no damn show notes. We don't have notes. We just do this wing this shit. Anyhow, link it in the comments. If you guys get a chance, go look this episode up.
So we did an episode of this, and we were like, oh my god, like this whiskey is $30 some odd a bottle and should be at least $50, if not higher.
I think $50. Yeah.
It's a very, very good whiskey. And we did that episode. We finished that bottle. I think maybe we got 1 more bottle, and then we couldn't find it anywhere. It was just gone. Totally gone.
We too have 3 now.
We have. Do we have 3 or 4? No,
we've got 2 here, and you've got 1 at your house.
That's true. We might have 4 tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see.
Patrick, are yours 2013 as well, or are they 2012, 2011?
So right after we did this review, they just vacated, and we have struggled to find them. And I run across one single lonely bottle here a few weeks ago and got it on the shelf back there. And then Lyle has suddenly run across a couple more, so we snatched them all up.
A bevy in an undisclosed location.
And hey, they may pop back up. It may have just been a fluke that they was gone, but we wasn't taking any chances. We really genuinely like this. So my question was,
I bought this one for $28. Well, actually, you bought this one. I bought the other one.
Same difference.
$28.
I guaranteed mine. Well, no, I think it was 28 there when I got it mine as well. Wasn't there 29?
Not here. Not if it was in Buffalo. Was it in Buffalo?
Yeah, I got the only bottle that Woods had.
36.
No, but they was on sale that day.
For what?
I will say I think it was like $28.
Jared bought his. I
might have paid $35.
I think Jared bought. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jared. I think you got 36.
That's normal. So $35, $36 is normal.
I don't buy that. If it is, you got to come down with some.
Yeah, if they are, we need to get.
We couldn't find them. No, I went into Brown Derby Wine Center. Couldn't get them. Went into Macadoodles. Couldn't get them.
I went into Price Cutter. Couldn't get them. They told me, first they said, well, I don't know what that is. They took me over to the Evan Williams selections, and of course, they got me like everything that wasn't that. I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. And then after I explained to her what it was and educated her, then she was like, oh yeah, we got that coming in on Monday. It's on our truck. And I'm like, maybe you do. They didn't. So, anyways, very happy to find this again. But my point to drinking this was Up the Guts Daily Drinker, Patrick, is the Duke, and which is solid whiskey. This is the one we like as a daily drinker, and we thought we'd just try them back to back and see where they went to. Now, I'll tell you on the nose, I kind of like the Duke.
Really? See, I'm all over that cherry.
This one feels a little bland to me after smelling the Duke. It kind of doesn't have. It's very neutral, neutral spirited to me. Oh, but that flavor. Now the Duke's a bigger flavor.
Yeah,
the Duke's got a lot more going on as far as being there with it.
I would give that. Yeah,
but man, for just kicking back and drinking, and I don't think this would hold up to ice. I don't think this would stand up.
No, you don't want this
to mix and ice, but just straight drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still at the Evan Williams. I really, really like that stuff. But Duke has its place, and I really enjoy it as well. And yeah, that went just about like I thought it was going to.
How much is Duke a bottle?
Patrick, do you know?
Ancient Age.
Don't know what that is.
Man, that's the kicker right there. Like if you find a $10 bottle of whiskey or anything, you find a $10 bottle of anything that you love, that you think is like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Rittenhouse.
It's not 10.
No, but it might as well be. It's like 17 or some shit.
Yeah, it's
not very much.
And it's delicious. 40 for Duke, Chad
40
says.
for Duke. So we're talking the same bottle.
We're talking $5-10 difference there.
Well, if you catch them on sale, we're at 28, but if you get the normal price, you're at 36.
Well, 36 where we're at. Patrick says 33 in Kansas City.
Okay. All right. So whatever. Okay. We're still in the same neighborhood of price, but we're not talking
it's not
a $40
crazy.
Difference.
It's not crazy.
We're not doubling the price.
But I just think it's fantastic. Now, I will say, I do remember liking the 2011. This is my problem with single barrels. The 2011, I thought was way bigger vanilla notes from what I remember. And this is like all in on the cherry.
This was the
2013. This is all in on cherry. A little bit of char, but not crazy.
Oh, no. See, I think it's got more char than anything else in it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like it. It almost has a grainy, wheatier flavor. Like I say, the Duke was so much more alcohol forward, and I think the Duke has a large cherry note.
I think maybe I don't know. I will agree that the nose on the Duke is way better.
It's way better.
Way better.
Yeah, it actually has something going on.
But flavor wise on the taste, I think I still prefer the darker
for just a grab a glass and go, I don't see how you beat the Evan Williams just because it's more neutral. It just has a nice balanced flavor. So round flavor, whatever you call it. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I don't know. I don't think you go wrong with either one of them. I think you're going to be very, very happy with either one. So okay,
let's talk about Monday nights.
Let's talk about Monday nights. Okay,
nights.
So if you guys haven't noticed, for the last 30 days or so, everything has been haywire for us, and that's largely up to a couple.
I was going to say we could spin a wheel and pick
and throw a dart at that wheel and land on something that is an issue.
Yeah.
However, the couple things we've got going on right now is I'm traveling a ton, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like Lyle can't do this by himself or anything. The problem is Lyle, as of probably tomorrow, is going to be a dad. So congratulations, Lyle. If I haven't already said that to you before, look at him. Yeah. So he is due tomorrow. So he's probably going to be out of commission for the next at least 30 days or so.
Yeah.
So what we're going to try to do,
I think alcohol, like copious amounts of alcohol in newborn infants, are not a good combination.
Probably not.
I think they may talk to me about that.
Here, hold this. Hold what?
Don't shake.
I can't do that. No. Anyhow, so what we're going to do is we're going to take about a 30-day hiatus off of our Monday Night Live episodes.
Yeah.
Because if I'm gone and he's not able to get here, it's going to be too hard to make it happen.
And we also have this is what we talked about, like a wheel of things that are going on. We're also doing some fairly major construction in the studio to bring some new elements in, right? In terms of like maybe a new set or two. We'll see.
He didn't need he needed the excuse.
Yeah, I definitely need the excuse. Yeah.
Anyways, so we've got some things we're going to do. So what we want to do is we're going to take about a 30, it might even be 60 days. We're not 100% sure. But what we are going to do is about 30 days from now, we're going to do another check-in with you guys. You'll see the ad come. Don't unsubscribe or nothing. We're still keeping going. All of our regular episodes that come up every week are still going to come up. We're just talking about our Monday Night Live. Mm-hmm. And then in about 30 days, we're probably going to pop on here with kind of an update. We'll talk a lot about the baby. We're going to talk a little bit about our progress. But we're also working on doing some new stuff in the studio. And that'll give me a chance to get caught up and hopefully be off the road. Lyle a chance to be a dad and get back out here and kind of get all the newness of that war off. And in the meantime, what we'd really like is if you guys would shoot us some messages.
Yeah.
Email us, however you want to do it. And let us know. We kind of want to have a little more structure to our Monday nights. And we're not even sure if it's going to stay Monday nights. We're on whatever night we're going to do it. We need to kind of name this thing because it was never really a thing when we started. We just decided one night to jump on here.
The whole live stream thing in general started because we generally shoot episodes on Monday evenings, and a lot of our friends would come down on Monday evenings, and we'd shoot some episodes and we'd hang out and have some drinks and we'd all chat and stuff, and we wanted to invite people who couldn't be here in person.
I got 4, Chad. I am fat.
We wanted to have people who couldn't be here in person just come hang out with us and have a drink, right? And try some new stuff. Now, obviously, you can't try it if you're not here, but
elsewhere.
So that's where this whole thing started, and we want you guys to be a part of it. And so, if you have an idea of where we should go with this thing, or what we should do with this thing, then
we're not saying Monday night's not going to be it, Patrick. We may stay with Monday night. We're just saying, is there a different night anybody likes? What do you like about what we do on Monday night? What do you not like about it? What would you like to see us do? Do you like in-studio guests? Do you like live stream guests? Do you not like any guests at all?
We've talked about playing some boozy board games. We've talked about having some guests in,
doing music. Little everything. We're kind of all over
whatever.
the place with what our design is right now, but we'd like to have some focus to it besides just sitting here and
drinking,
talking about a few episodes, which we'll probably go ahead and still talk about a couple of events that's current.
Some things will never change.
Yeah, and then we're going to be drinking regardless. So, But we don't want anybody to freak out when you don't have an episode pop up next week. It's coming. It'll happen. Like I say, we're just going to take a slight hiatus from this just so we can do a couple other things while everybody's haywire anyways. We might as well take this opportunity to build the rest of the studio out.
Yeah.
So anyways, that is where we're going to be with that, I guess. But we really would genuinely like to hear from you guys. If you would please shoot us email is probably the best way. ToastTasteBudGuys@gmail.com is the best way to actually get a hold of us.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I bet I've got a...
do you have a banner?
I bet I've got a banner. Look at that. Hey. There you go.
There
it's like we was prepared or something.
Yeah. So...
Okay.
And we have a lot of wonderful things that we're excited about, right? Like, so, like, we're going to...
We have so much we want to do.
We're finishing
but we're not very good about focusing on it.
We're finishing out maybe another piece of the studio. It's just going to be good times. There's some good stuff coming down the road. I want to talk briefly about your shirt.
Oh, I was going to get to my shirt, too. All right, so you actually did talk briefly about my shirt about 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
You talked about a new brewery coming into Springfield, Missouri.
What?
Huh? It is actually the first brewery that's going into Battlefield, Missouri, which is still kind of part of Springfield, but it's the first one over in that area. And this is called Wire Road Brewing. Wire Road is, I think, doing it right is the way I want to phrase that.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't think of one. I believe Wire Road Brewing is the first brewery in Springfield to build a brewery from ground up, specific to brewing.
What do you mean from ground up?
Like they built a building that was for brewing. Every other brewery in Springfield, as far as I could think of, took an existing building and converted it, or took a place that was already built and moved a brewery into it. Am I wrong?
I think you might be right. The only one I can think of would be SBC and Mueller, because they built that place as a showcase for their brewing equipment. But I think it was already an existing building.
Okay, I wouldn't argue with that one. I don't know that one well enough to say.
If Springfield Brewing Company, if they did take over an existing building and do that, I mean, God, that was 40 years ago.
Okay, all right, so it could be the second. But I think it's the first.
I think you might.
So they're building a brand new building, ground up, with all their cool stuff in it. Beautiful looking building.
Rick says Great Escape.
Did Great Escape build the entire place? Because I know there's the first one to move into that block of that building, but I thought they rented the space. I don't think they own the building. So, but I don't know. I could be wrong. So,
who knows?
Anyways, point being, they're putting this beautiful, beautiful building in there with all this glass front. Absolutely love it. It reminds me a lot of Foxtail Distilling down over in.
They're going to be over in Battlefield, Missouri.
They're going to be in Battlefield, Missouri,
like basically southwest Springfield, Missouri. Like
yes,
Republic Road off towards Nixa.
Battlefield and whatever that farm road is out there in FF.
So that's West Bypass, yeah,
out there.
All right. Yeah.
So, anyways, what I really enjoyed about them is they're taking all of their beer and their beer samples and they're going up to one of our favorite places in Springfield, which is Show Me Brewing, and they go up there and they brew all their brews. Like designing the building from the start. Okay. So okay.
Does it count?
I mean, it can.
They're saying greatest,
but I'm sorry, it's gonna have a star by it.
So wait, you guys can't see this. So Rick says that the Greatest Grape Brewing, which we just did an episode on tonight.
Like
we loved
40 minutes ago.
That their brewery was designed in that like row of buildings from the start. That they were going to have a brewery on one end.
Yeah, but I don't think they own it. I still don't think they own it.
And I get what you're saying. It's not like shovel to dirt. This is going to be a brewery,
right?
Yeah.
So, which is where I go with you.
I think we're splitting hairs, but I still think you're right.
Well, it wasn't a contest, but anyways, I think this will be the one true. This building is standalone brewing only.
Yeah.
So that's what it was built for from the start. Kind of like our local meadery. So that was what it was.
I get.
So there you go.
This. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Anyways, so what they've been doing with their brewing, this guy's been brewing for about 25 years, and he's taking his recipes and he's bringing it up to one of our local homebrew pubs. And then he has an open invitation for people to come up there and join and critique his beer. And you not only get to critique the beer, you get to give him ideas back, and he'll take up a sampling of naming the beer as well. They've been doing this for a few months or last year, whatever it's been. And at this point...
What are the chances of getting a Taste Buds beer?
I don't know, but I know at least one half of the Taste Bud guys was there a week ago sampling their beer.
Uh-huh.
Which brings me to my shirt. I decided while I was there, I went ahead. While I was there, I went ahead and signed up for their exclusive club, their drinkers club. I said I think they're doing it right. They really do an excellent job about taking in consideration of all the critique that's given to them, helping name it. They've done a good job of fundraising, crowdsourcing all their information. They've got several different levels that you can become. It's not a Patreon through Patreon, but that's basically the idea is you get to become a patron for a year. I signed up at the $100 level. They've got ones that go up to all at $250 levels. And for that, besides your shirt and your glass and all that good stuff, you get to go in there and be first in line for some of their new runs of beer when they open. You get to be birthday beers, where you get free beers all year long for stuff on your birthday and a glass and all this things like that. But you get to be part of building and being part of building up their whole thing. Doing the whole thing. Right. And also, while he's doing his new beers, you're going to be, depending on what level you sign up, the upper echelon of the sign up gets the very first opportunity to go in and try to be part of their beer tasting and their feedback. And it's used, I think it was probably 30 people there when I was up there. So it's not like a super small sampling, but we went in, we sat there for about 3 hours and did nothing but drink beer for free.
All right.
Which is really nice. Yeah, it's a great deal. Unless you wanted some of the Show Me Brewing, you had to pay for that. But anything that they made, drink it for free, as long as you give them some feedback on it.
Oh, you mean like it wasn't like here's 3 ounces of this beer.
No.
Take notes.
All you can drink. No, I couldn't believe you didn't show up. But whatever.
I'm on baby watch.
Whatever. I'm just saying. I had a good time. I had a very, very good time.
When's the next one?
I'll get it in my email, and then anyhow, you get to be part of that stuff. All that to say is, I think this is going to be a very, very positive brewery because of the way they're approaching it. Is the way I feel like it should be approached.
That sounds like the best way to do it.
Yeah, I'm 100% behind these guys.
I've heard a lot of good things about their stuff. I've heard a lot of good things about them as people. Now, I'm excited.
I know we talk about Springfield breweries all the time. We genuinely like our breweries around here. Do they make the best beer in the entire world? Nah, probably not. There's all kinds of breweries that I really genuinely like. But you should always support your local places. If you want them to still exist, you should be there for them.
Absolutely.
And if you do that, they'll be there for you.
And by the way, too, like, we say they're not the best in the country, and that's a large swath. That's
a big swath. There is some standout individual brewing, but in general, if you come to Springfield and go hit the breweries, which will now be limited like the 11,
I think you're going to be in the 7-8 category.
You're going to have a good time. You're not going to walk away going, I hate Springfield beer. You're going to say, that's fun. Yeah, that is an awesome places and they're fun.
I think all this stuff is like 7 to 8 on a 10 scale. I'm just saying.
Tell the ghosts in the office I've missed. I got to pull mine up back there. Ghosts in the office, take care of the lady while you go.
We got to get Danny back on here to do some more ghost hunting in the studio. Mm-hmm.
I'm in on this.
Here's the most tragic part about Danny is that he made some beautiful beer that we've both been treasuring. I think we may have one beer left.
My work phone's sitting on the end of the table, and someone texted me. It's 8 o'clock at night.
On your work
somebody
phone?
From work texted. Oh, it's spam. No. I was going to say, who in the hell is working this late that wants to text me?
Rick, do you think you could go find us...
But I'm pretty sure it's sex.
Do you think you could go find us what is his brewer's name? Devil's Canyon.
Devil's Canyon. There's one left. There's one left in the
Do you want to split it tonight?
I'll split it with you.
Yeah.
I'll have to hurry up and drink. Rick, you might have to bring me. No, I got an extra glass. We're good.
Yeah. So the most tragic thing about Danny's episode is that I lost the footage from it. So he was here for the live episode.
No, we lost the audio.
Yeah, we no,
we did lose the footage.
You're
right.
It was the main camera we lost.
Yeah, the front camera is gone.
We had one side camera in the audio and nothing else.
Yeah, so anyhow, we got to go with Danny.
So also, the ghosts hate Danny.
Yeah. The ghost ate your episode, Danny.
So we're going to have him back on and do some stuff ghost hunting wise. Because why not? You know?
We also think we might hopefully have a little bit of sponsorship in the works, and we'll see more signage back here on the back wall.
That's by the way, we should point them out. That's 4x4 Brewing Company.
Also another new one.
I don't know which way to go.
Move your damn microphone.
4x4.
It's on a swivel. How does this show run when I'm not here?
It doesn't. That's why we're recouping. I'm not gonna. Hey, listen. Like let's address the elephant in the room. I'm not gonna say that like it's just because the baby and just because the construction and just because Chris is on the road, but it's a lot because Chris is on the road and not because like he's on the road and like we got to change things up. It's because
we have had a lot of problems on the road, though. I mean,
we've had some a lot of tech problems
that I shouldn't be able to stream in. But it's always one thing after another. Either there's a tech problem here, or suddenly I can't find a brewery that has internet,
or that's open,
What is the weird thing about breweries not being open? Man, it's crazy.
But like, there's just so many issues with that stuff. So we're trying to figure all that stuff out.
Cucumber one too. Yay.
Is it really?
Yeah,
buddy.
What are your glasses?
I'm still gonna give you my shit glass.
I don't care. Good beer is good beer, even in a shit glass.
Danny Lewis, Devil's Canyon Brewing out of Lebanon, right?
Bennett Springs, I think, is probably the closer address. Anyway,
beautiful.
Look him up there on Facebook. Forgive them.
He's a little homebrew guy, super nice guy.
Post on there and post. Taste Bud guys sent me.
And a good little bass
Freak him out.
Too.
He'll think everybody's like stalking him or something,
right?
Yeah, and he plays bass. Okay, we can talk about that for a second. Then we need to move on to some.
We have. Are you ready for the top 10 tequila? Okay.
As soon as I rinse my glass out, yes.
So.
Oh God, that beer's so good. Did you tell them what we had? What beer that was?
What the one we're drinking?
Yeah.
It's a Devil's Canyon homebrew and winery cucumber hibiscus sour ale.
Now you may immediately kind of go, "Ugh, what the?" It does sound weird. It's not a combination I'd come up with, but it is freaking good.
Delicious.
That is one of the best summer beers you are ever going to run across.
Yeah. Alvy, thanks. I assume that I will be not sleeping a whole lot in the future, but whatever. Super looking forward to it.
That episode isn't up yet, Alvy. We just recorded it, so it ain't there. Sometime in the next 30 days, probably.
Yeah, Patreon stuff. Hopefully, we're gonna get. So that's another thing we didn't talk about. We have an editor now. We have someone helping us out, getting
Kira,
some of this. Kira's going to help get some of this footage out in a timely manner. So we have another member on our team.
I was telling Social Morgan about Kira the other day, and she says, "And just who's Kira?"
Oh,
so I had to explain that.
If Social Morgan would learn video editing.
There you go, Social Morgan, in case you're watching.
I'm just saying. So we have Kira on video editing. We have Morgan on socials, and Rick doing what?
Rick things.
Rick things. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, Rick does Rick things.
Rick does Rick things. Speaking of Rick reached out to these people. I do have a coffee shop. I don't even know if I should say it. I'm going to say it right now. Coffee is not cocaine. So, I don't know if I can stay up that much with coffee. I think I might need a little more.
Let's find out.
From what I've heard about
see what we
child
can do.
rearing and the lack of sleep that comes with it. No, Rick reached out to these guys and
girl.
I say, yeah. Why am I saying guys? Yeah. This is one of the. I think just until this year, there are now, I think, 2 as of 2021. But for a while, there was just these folks. The first,
but the first year these guys was in business, they was known as Teak, right?
Teak, yes. Yeah. The first black woman owned tequila company.
Yep.
in the entire country.
Which that entire country turns out to be Michigan.
They're from Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah. No, the tequila's not made in Michigan.
Tequila's made in Mexico.
Has it? Well, should be.
Yeah. But they bottle it, and apparently they have it made this way.
Yeah.
And it's from ant eel.
Eel, I think is how
That's what I said.
I'm going to show this bottle.
Okay,
or you want to show it?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You talk about it while I'm showing it, because this was a super sleeper for us. This was on the shelf for way too long. Okay, so
first of all, this bottle was given to us, and we was under the impression that we was supposed to be waiting for a some type of interview before we did it. So it's been sitting on our shelf for a while. Only to come find out when Rick walked in, while he goes, no, you're supposed to just review that, and she might come on later and do something. And we're like, oh. So we threw it out there. Now, I had my apprehensions about it, because there's something funky about the label that I'm kind of like, okay, I kind of like it, but on the same note, I'm not sure. It doesn't speak to me. It doesn't feel like a tequila. So whatever. And there's a thing about the coloring for me that made me think it wasn't going to be as good as we hoped.
It's a reposado is what we're looking at.
It is a reposado.
But the reposado, I mean, this is a fairly dark reposado. It looks like an añejo.
So then we poured it, and we had some. I still had no idea how much this tequila was when we poured it.
Ready?
Go for it.
Oh, this is the third time.
If you're going to ask me ready, you got to wait for an answer. All right, that was a good cork. Man, dill hole. No, anyways,
what are you gonna do?
So we popped the cork on this thing, and we was talking about it on the episode, which will probably be up here in the next 2 weeks, because we're going to try to rush this one out. And the nose, good job. The nose on it was just pure candy.
I mean, this stuff, it was just a total sleeper, right? I mean,
the more we got into it, the more I decided this was a very expensive bottle of tequila, and I'd already decided it was somewhere between $70 and $80 for this bottle.
I in fact compared it to Sincoro's Reposado, which
is $90.
$90 a bottle. And it is very sweet.
It is very similar.
We talked about it. We're going to get raked over the coals on the YouTube comment section about tequilas with additives, and they add sugars and whatever.
Yada, yada, yada.
And
whatever.
Maybe they do, maybe they
Tell
don't.
me it's not good. Tell me, rake me over the coals all you want and what additives are. Tell me it's not good, and then we'll have an argument.
And it does have that sort of like that
Don Julio sugar.
It very
sweet.
But on the back end, it also has that cheesy sort of traditional tequila.
Very buried. Very, very. I don't find it in the taste. I only find it in the nose. There's that cheese whiz underneath it.
Yeah.
But we couldn't find out halfway through this episode. It's $35 a bottle. Now, it's fairly limited. It's basically
you can get it in California, Texas, Florida. I'm going to say Michigan because that's where they're from. And some other state that Rick is probably going to tell me where it is.
Yeah. Anyways, fairly limited. But guys, man, I'm telling you, if you can find this, you are not going to be disappointed, except for Patrick. Patrick will be disappointed in tequila because Patrick's odd about tequila.
Does he not like sweet tequila?
Oh, he says he has an allergy to it. It makes him sick and he's going to pass out. I think he's full of shit.
Any tequilas?
Yeah, apparently. See, apparently allergic to agave, he says. I'm like, he's allergic to goods, what he's allergic to.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Stupid.
That makes
more
more
sense.
sense.
I don't even fucking get it. That's weird. Anyways.
What's the best tequila that he's ever had? Patrick, if you're still watching, tell me the most expensive bottle of tequila.
Cadijo Rosé.
Rosa?
Rosa. Yeah, Rosa. Why did I say Rosé?
That's
Rosé is a wine. Rosa.
We got to get him some like ultra premium
I know, but
stuff.
he says every time he drinks tequila, he immediately gets sick.
Like what kind of sick?
Like a bad headache sick. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I want to put it to the test.
Rick says Colorado is the state I missed. So Antioch Tequila is in Texas, California, Colorado, Michigan, and Florida.
Oh, I do love my friends. Anyways. Which one? Colorado's one.
Colorado's the one I missed. But like,
ain't distributorship weird?
So weird. I mean, it's also weird that like it's weird to me anyway that you can like go down to Mexico, go to Jalisco, I assume is how you say it.
Yeah, no, you're pretty right.
And did you say I'm pretty wrong?
Pretty right on Jalisco. Jalisco. Alvy, tell me I'm wrong, right, whatever, but I think it's Jalisco.
It's like, it's crazy to me that you can go down there and be like, and find a distillery and go, I want to start a tequila company. You know, in part, I mean, I guess it's fine. It's not a thing here or there. Like I'm happy that people are bringing that stuff up into the States and exposing like the larger population to these beautiful, beautiful tequilas that aren't mixtos. They aren't the cheap, take a shot shit that we normally have for tequila.
I still truly believe that at the end of this year, with the amount of people that have been turned on tequila, largely because stay at home during COVID season and stuff like that, that you're going to see a somewhat shortage of tequila in the upcoming next couple years, which I firmly believe will transfer into money in the stock market if you're following tequila stuff. But I don't know. I think eventually you're going to see a big influx of tequila. Everybody's going to finally find their market.
I think you're totally right. I want to do a science experiment.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You're going to be our guinea pig, Patrick.
I want Patrick to come up on an Up the Gut episode, or we'll go there. He can only have one drink the entire night.
See jalapeno.
He can only have one drink.
You're calling me a jalapeno.
He can only have one drink, and it has to be tequila. And then we have to see if he has a 5-day headache from the one drink.
Right. Patrick, have you ever tried that, just sipping one thing and then just seeing if it affected you at all? Or is it just...
Because when we had that Rosa...
I'm actually being serious. I'm not being shitty to you. No, I'm curious.
When we had that Rosa, we had a lot of liquor.
We had a shit ton. But he says he's tried some since then.
That's
he
fair.
said every time he has it. But I'm wondering if it's a mixing thing.
I don't know.
I did see that, as a matter of fact. But it's not in Buffalo.
E.H. Taylor is, that's Chris Stapleton's whiskey. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I think that's Buffalo Trace's.
You could be very right.
Buffalo Trace's Chris Stapleton whiskey. I don't know if I think that may have been. Remember. I don't know if it's an existing brand. I assume it's an existing brand, but he has a new one out from E.H. Taylor that's like donating to some charity cause.
Saving lives is what I seen. I think we had that article somewhere. If you want to actually link to it.
By the way, that's your problem with a 5-day headache.
You spelled Lyle wrong.
Yeah. What's up with that shit, Patrick? Come on, man. Ridiculous. This tequila is holding up for me.
It is just as good as first time we sampled this was just about an hour before we started shooting, and we fanboyed the hell out of this, and we're going to continue to do so because this is the second time I've got into it. Absolutely loving it. We're trying to figure out now how we're going to get more of it down here.
I think if somebody told me that this was $130 a bottle,
I'd believe them in a heartbeat.
I'd be like, oh yeah, that's
absolutely. This is an $80 bottle all day long.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to tell them that because I don't want to pay $80 a bottle for it. I'd much rather pay $35.
Rick is asking me if I can pronounce her name. Naama Ferguson? Naomi? I can't remember.
Naomi is what you said earlier.
Naomi?
Which I don't know if that's right or wrong.
It's probably all wrong. It's probably something completely different.
But. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm not going to go into it because I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, the George Remus is delicious.
Yeah, we just did that. Well, we did the Repeal Reserve. I've never had Patrick, have I? I don't think we've ever had the regular George Remus. We've had the Repeals all.
What? This is the only one I've had.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think Patrick's had both. Unless you're talking about Russ, you're talking about the Repeal. I don't know. But.
Actually, Russ is one of the guys that if I'm remembering correctly, one of his go-to bourbons is the Evan Williams Single Barrel. Russ, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not going to say. I don't know.
I feel like the Evan Williams Single Barrel Vintage is one of your go-to drinks. And this is the weird thing. Like Patrick said, it was super available where he was at. But like it's been out in this area. You can't find it in this area. Like people are ready.
I hope that's true. I hope it's just because it's kind of hitting our area. If that's the case, I mean, I don't mind picking it up when I'm somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I'm looking when I'm in Arkansas, and I'm not finding it.
You can't find it. And you can't find it here. And
it's not here, yeah.
Yeah.
It's because those taste bud guys are buying all that shit.
See? It's just in this area. But it's a completely underrated whiskey. But in the Ozarks, they've just, they've found it. They found the good one.
So did you know? You probably did know.
Hang on, I got to go back real quick. Alvy wants to know if we want to go to Mexico.
Yes, I've been to Mexico once, and I was 16, and I absolutely loved it. And hell yeah, I'd go back again in a heartbeat.
I was 12.
If I don't get shot.
I was 12.
Oh, did you go? Where'd you go to?
Cancun and Isla Mujeres. I took French. I can't say
that one more time.
Is Mujeres? Isla Mujeres?
Mujeres.
Yeah, that one.
I guess. I don't even know where the hell that is, but it's got to be closer to what you're saying.
Yes.
I don't know. I went to Mexico City, and I can't think of the name of the little town we went to with all the pyramids down there, and then ended up.
I did go to Chichen Itza.
And then ended up. Yeah, I think that's maybe where I went.
It's a Mayan temple.
Yeah, I think that's where Chichen Itza is where I ended up.
Yeah,
and then on down to Puerto Vallarta is where I ended up. So.
Yeah, here's the kicker. I was 12. I would love to go back. Colby went on a big tequila train there that he talks about to this day.
Here's what I dream. I'm going to let all you guys on this dream right now. I have no idea if it'll ever be something that can happen or not, but at some point, I would love to get a Taste Buds trip and get Patreon subscribers and friends and whatnot and do that tequila train.
That'd be fun.
It's about 3 or 4 days, and you do nothing but stop at little towns in the Jalisco Mountains and sample tequila, and then you end at this little resort where you just go poolside, and while you're in the pool, they've got a bar with nothing but just full of every type of tequila that you could ever imagine.
Wow!
And you drink till you drown.
I mean,
I that is a dream of mine. I mean, I'm legit. I'm not making it up. I would love that to be a end goal for Taste Buds, to all of us just be able to get together. Well, I landed in Mexico City, Alvy. All right, let me tell you about Mexico City trip. So, first of all, more blue taxis than I've ever seen in my entire life. That is the craziest. All the taxis are like kind of a teal blue. It's weird, or they was when I was there. Anyhow, and that's all you see when you're in a tree. You're either in a bus or you're in a taxi. It's like nobody drives in this town. 3 lanes wide, full. It's just crazy. Anyways, so we're on this bus. We're all looking out the window. There's a dude. I got to stand up for this. There's a dude. He's in a business suit. He's standing there. He's got a briefcase in front of him like this. And he's looking at our bus. And, of course, we got high school kids, fairly cute girls out there. And they're all standing there. They're all looking out the window like this. And this dude's standing there like this. And all of a sudden he moves his briefcase. He's got his wang hanging out like this. He's like, ah! As he go by, and we're like, what the fuck just happened? Anyways, that's my Mexico City story.
Okay, all right. That sounds...
Yeah, no, Mexico, you gotta go.
I mean, that doesn't sound that far from New York.
No, it's or Springfield. I know of a guy that was like having sex down on Commercial Street, or Commercial Street, yeah, and people was watching him. Go ahead.
Nothing.
Patreon subscribers.
No,
anyways,
sounds like the right street.
Doesn't happen, does it? So, anyways, man, you like get thrown on the bus here in a bad kind of way. No, then I went down. The other memory I have of Mexico, besides climbing all them pyramids down there, was oh, you have no idea, Patrick, none. The other thing I remember is going to, and I know this sounds terrible, but it is truth. I swear to God, it's truth. We was at a roadside stand down, and we'd stopped in the middle. In my head, it was the absolute middle of nowhere, like dirt road, roadside stand. The only thing around is just this little stand, barbecue and shit right out the front of it, like looks like a fireworks stand.
Yeah,
and we're all, our school bus, our tour bus, pulls up there, and there's 25, 30 kids jump off, and parents and teachers and stuff. Everybody's out there ordering burgers and fries and whatever else. And I ate mine, and I went around the corner to throw away. I kid you not, there is a dog carcass, several dog carcasses in the trash can. Now, I don't give a shit. It was a good fucking hamburger. I don't care. But I am not kidding you. There was dogs in that trash can. I did not mention it to anybody else because the people I was with would have shit themselves if they'd known they probably just ate a dog. But it was freaking delicious.
Do you think that you could take a sparkler and run it through a hot dog and light it? Do you think you could cook a hot dog from the inside with a sparkler? It'd be terrible
because of all this. I mean, the heat, yes, it would cook 100%.
Yes.
But all the crap that goes into this sparkler would be in it. Nah, you don't want that in your wiener. It'd be terrible. Yeah, the show took a weird turn. I agree. Anyways, I don't mean that to be negative anyway. I'm telling you, it happened. I was there. But delicious freaking food. I'd go back there in a heartbeat.
I want to cook a hot dog from the inside out.
You're going to be disappointed.
I think there's a way.
You got a microwave. You're cooking it from the inside out.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Like, I want that char on the inside. I think I've got something here.
That char is not char. That is powder burn.
Oh, fun times.
Okay.
You thought this was going to get better when you came back. You said,
let me come back and save the show, Lyle.
Oh my God, Lyle's,
it's all kinds of screwed up without me.
Like talking about weird shit when I'm not here, and then you show up and here it is. Here it is, bud. Yeah. We don't have a much.
Anyhow, to your point, Alva, yes, I would go back there in a heartbeat. I loved it down there.
Oh yeah.
Puerto Vallarta, whether you like it or not, was the most beautiful place I've been in a long time. And I'm sure it's not the same as it was then, but it was $1 for 2 beers. And I was getting my favorite beer down there was Bohemia. Yeah. And I mean, 50 cents a beer, how are you going to go wrong?
Did you say you went when you were 16? Oh, that's right. Okay.
But there's no drinking age down there. So, or if it is, it's like 14. But it's like there's no real drinking age.
Yeah.
Just drink whatever you want. Bottle rocket.
I mean, that's just kind of like confetti, right? It's like.
Yeah.
Testing confetti? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What
have we done? We didn't talk about. Is it Chester or is it Gus?
I think that's what we're settled. Well, or Rick. We have 3 names for this.
It's going to get confused. If we call it Rick, we're going to get confused.
Okay, it's got to be Chester.
So I think it's got to be Chester or Gus.
So we have 2 names for this guy who will reappear when we come back on a live stream. Right?
Yeah, no, I love this thing. I found this deal out here that Lyle, I don't know where it come from, but he brought it, and it just appeared, and I found it, and I'm like, oh no, this is staying.
We're deciding a name now, right?
Right, sure, yeah.
Like this chat right now decides the name.
All right. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. I think he looks like a Gus. Lyle says Chester. I think either one fits. I'm open to other interpretations, but I like this guy. And I don't know. He might need to go on our main bar out there in the studio, but I sure like him. If everybody else hates him, I'm going to take him home because I really like the dude.
Here's what we need. How many votes do we need to win the name?
Well, we've only got 6 people in the chat right now that's live.
Okay.
It's jumped up and down a whole bunch, but
we don't know if it's I don't think it's
we could throw it up on the Patreon, or we could throw it up on the regular Facebook. We don't do that. Let's throw it up on the Facebook.
Throw it up on Facebook?
Yeah. Let's take a picture. Let's make a poll on our Facebook.
Okay.
And that way it's open to everybody that's not even alive, and then we'll see where it's at.
Okay. All right. Check out the Facebook.
So do that.
That's where it's going to be.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to put up the name Chester. We're going to put the name Gus.
When are we going to put this poll up?
I could do it right now.
Do it now. Let's do it now.
But I got to get a picture. Well, okay, we go right this second because I got to get a picture. You got a picture?
I got a picture.
All right.
I'll get a picture.
Well, it doesn't help me. It's not on my phone. I'll get a picture. Jesus.
This live show, man, it's off.
This live stuff's
off
hard.
The rails, man.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Rails.
All right.
Rick says $25 in tips gets the naming rights.
Rick's a smarter guy than we are. We're just like, fuck it. Hey, vote. We'll take it.
All right. Boy, that sour beer is beautiful.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm going to cherish that one.
So good.
I need one more little nip before we check out of here tonight. I think I'm going to... You're going to laugh at me. I'm going to go to the Duke.
Why would I laugh at you for that? I'm the one that said I like it.
I think... Well, because before we went on, I was like, it's good. It's not my favorite. It's not one of my go-tos. But yeah, I think right now, it's hitting. It might have been that Remus that like threw my palate into Duke territory tonight. I do remember really enjoying the Grand Cru. Yeah, just a little nip.
The Grand Cru was pretty unique, but
so
as
good.
I recall, it was like a really bright cherry. Was that right? Does that sound right to you? So I don't know. It was one that was sweet enough that I'm not sure I would enjoy it over and over again. It was a bottle that I think would have lasted me a while, but it was very, very good.
The nose on the Duke. I mean, I literally just had this Evan Williams single barrel last night, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so good."
Oh yeah,
right now.
I can't tell you how excited I am to try to finally get up that Nika Japanese whiskey. It is the thing that's like lit up my world lately. Other than Jared let me into one last night that was a Jim Beam product which I guess incidentally both of them Centauri, but man, it absolutely just astounded me.
I don't know if it's the last week I had a little bit of Duke, and it didn't hit the right spot for me. Yep. But I was drinking Woodford Reserve Double Oak and Jim Beam Double Oak, and these big, heavy oaked.
I was going to say, that's a whole different beat. Wow, speaking of a whole different beat. Damn!
Did you just drink a sour?
Try to go from tequila to IPA to that stuff. Damn, Danny. Holy smokes. All right. I'm going to put up this...
The
poll here in just a second.
Okay.
But we've been like an hour 23, so we should probably ought to think about closing this down.
Do you have anything else you want to end the night on to cheers?
Oh, I have Danny Sour, and I have this odd... Where is... let me talk about where this... I don't always said we was going to keep them in the deals, but I need to know what state. Hazy IPA, Morganton, North Carolina is where this beer's at. So that's what I've been drinking there. We've talked about each one of them that we've got up front. I think we're good, man.
Okay.
So, yeah. I think we're all right.
Well, guys, it's going to be a few weeks, right? Not forever, but a few weeks before we get back
roughly
on live.
30 days. We'll try to do at least one. I know we're going to get with Jared from the Audio Roast. He's going to come down here. We're looking at doing some coffee whiskeys. We're looking at a tea. We're looking at some coffee stouts since he does his. We're going to do as many coffee things as we can.
That Japanese whiskey tea from Harney & Sons that I've been dying to try.
So we're going to do a few different things with him that kind of crosses over to his coffee stuff. I think we might go on his show as way he's talking as well. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one all out. But we'll probably do a check-in with you guys here in about 30 days.
Yeah.
So build up your questions. Please, please, please. We're serious. We really want to hear from you guys.
Give us some feedback.
ThoseTasteBudGuys@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. We really want to know who's that chick. Anyways, sorry, I flipped over to Facebook. So we do want to hear from you. We want to know what you guys are thinking. If there's something you really like or don't like about what we're doing, we love doing the live thing. Yeah. We love being part of that. We love interacting with you guys.
And we love having you guys here, right?
But we want to do it right. We want to do it right for you. So tell us what you want. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you like, dislike, and we're going to get back with you guys on that. And we're going to evolve the show a little bit.
We don't want it to be a chore for you guys to tune in and listen and hang out with us.
Yeah, talk about how long you want us to talk, too. I know we kind of aim for an hour, and we always end up with between an hour and 15 and an hour and 30. Is that too long?
We've talked about having musicians on. We've talked about having comedians on. We've talked about doing more articles, less articles, more booze, less booze, all sorts of things. So we want to hear...
is an honest-to-God musician. He actually does know people and can play good music, believe it or not. He's actually good and knows a lot of really great musicians.
And it's mostly my friends that are talented.
But we can make that happen. We can do, like you said, comedians and such as well. If there's things you want to know, if you want to get Lyle's mom down here, we can get her to come in and sit in.
She has some insanely cool stories. She
won't drink, though.
I don't think. Elvis asked her out like 3 times.
Yeah, that's actually not a lie.
And that's not even the.
And she said, "No, I don't like him."
That's not even the best story. That's just like a side note.
But it's always the one I open up with because everybody go, "What?
Huh?
What do you mean? That's crazy."
Anyway, so we have a lot. We have a lot to chew on. Guys, go on Facebook. Check out the poll for our mascot, Gus or Chester,
or whatever you guys name him.
Yeah, I guess we could do a
I'll have an opening for suggested names as well. But. Anyways, if you what?
Oh, wait. Oh, I don't know Gregory Alanezkov personally. I have some friends that are good friends with him, so I'm twice removed. But I love his stuff. Fantastic songwriter. Robert Ellis and I hit the Americana charts at the same time a couple of years ago, and I don't know him personally either, other than that we were competing for the same radio time slots.
I've never hit any
but
chart.
I do love his music. He's killer too. He's got a super unique voice, sort of big high tenor shit.
Yeah,
just beautiful.
I've heard some of his music. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyhow, hey guys, if you guys are kind of our backbone here, you guys are our regular supporters. You're the ones that help us out. And man, we appreciate you guys. That's why we show up on Monday nights and tune in and do this, is because you guys are always here with us.
Yeah,
we love you for it. Thank you so much. You really help us out. Besides the fact that a lot of you have become Patreon donors, share us with some of your friends. Share us on your Facebook. Share us in YouTube. Go out and put us in some of the. If you follow whiskey boards or beer reviews, share us with those and see if we can get some other people involved. It won't take a lot for us to really start to progress a little bit.
Yeah, we're
kind of at a pretty nice place right now. We're at the precipice of really breaking over and sort of getting known a little more. Not that we're doing it for money, but man, it'd sure be nice to make a little money. It'd be nice to have a little bit of extra support, because honestly, the more people that sub up, the easier it is to get people to give us bottles of stuff that we find. And I should be holding this one up since Patrick gave us the other one, but stuff like that, and it makes it really, really convenient for them if they know they've got a good audience. So that would help us out greatly, and we'd appreciate if you guys would do that for us.
If they know that people are actually buying their product from recommendations. All right. Well, hey, this is probably the most apropos time to say this. Until next time.
It will be until next time. Whether it be the beers double fisting,
the whiskey and beer you're double fisting,
the clothes that you was given. No, you wasn't given. I guess I kind of paid for it, but it bought from a beer company.
Hey, the clothes you were given. Grab a buddy. Try something new. Guys,
see y'all.
We'll see you next time, and it may be down the road, but we're looking forward to it.
Yep. Give us about 30 days. See ya.